I have walked through nights that felt like walls. I have prayed in whispers that barely reach the dawn. But every time I call your name, the dark gives way and you come. When silence wrapped my rooms and breath ran thin, when sorrow found a home and I could not begin, I folded all my questions into trembling hands. I whispered out your name and mercy met me where I stand. You turned the empty corridors into a road of light. You threaded morning through the seams of every night. When doubt became a language I could not make me still, you bent down to the echo and answered with your will. No shout too small, no cry too late. You hear the heart that stumbles, lift the one who waits. When I call your name, you come running. When I call your name, you bend the night to morning. When I call your name, the shadows break like dawn. When I call your name, I find where I belong. There were times I thought my failure sealed the door, kept tally of my losses, counted up each scar and sore. I tried to fix the pieces, but they were not my own. I whispered out your name and you called me home. You do not keep a ledger of the times I've fallen short. You stitch a thread of mercy through the fabric of my heart. When bitterness would teach me how to hide and feign, you filled the wells I'd emptied with your living rain. Lift every whispered plea, take every frail refrain. You turn my trembling syllables into a hopeful claim. When I call your name, you come running. When I call your name, you bend the night to morning. When I call your name, the walls of fear collapse. When I call your name, I rest within your grasp. I called, and you answered. I reached, and you reached further. You walk through my low places, you lift me from the mire. You plant a song of courage where there used to be a fire. You are nearer than the secret that I never dare explain. And when my voice is lowest, still I call your name. Confessional, more specific. There's a letter in my pocket with a word not yet scrawled. There are hopes I put on hold. There are dreams that never called. But when the night seemed endless and my footsteps lost their way, I breathed the sound of heaven, and you turn night to day. Every tear becomes a river to the place you plan. You gather all my broken songs and make a hopeful stand. When I call your name, you come running. When I call your name, you bend the night to morning. When I call your name, the dark becomes a dawn. When I call your name, my heart remembers home. When I call you carry by my name. Let every mountain bow when we declare your name. Let every chain fall off and every grave give way. You are the whisper, you are the flame, you are the open door. When I call your name, you come. When I call your name, you save. When I call your name, the heavens lean, the angels sing. When I call your name, you still come running. You come, you come, you come. You come, you come, you come. You come, run. You come, you come. You come, you come, you come. When I call your name, you come. When I call your name, you come. When I call your name. I have walked through nights that felt like walls. I have prayed in whispers that barely reach the dawn. But every time I call your name, the dark gives way and you come. When silence wrapped my rooms and breath ran thin, when sorrow found a home and I could not begin, I folded all my questions into trembling hands. I whispered out your name and mercy met me where I stand. You turned the empty corridors into a road of light. You threaded morning through the seams of every night. When doubt became a language I could not make be still, you bent down to the echo and answered with your will. No shout too small, no cry too late. You hear the heart that stumbles, lift the one who waits. When I call your name, you come running. When I call your name, you bend the night to morning. When I call your name, the shadows break like dawn. When I call your name, I find where I belong. There were times I thought my failure sealed the door, kept tally of my losses, counted up each scar and sore. I tried to fix the pieces, but they were not my own. I whispered out your name Your living rain, lift every whispered plea, take every frail refrain. You turn my trembling syllables into a hopeful claim. When I call your name, you come running. When I call your name, you bend the night to morning. When I call your name, the walls of fear collapse. When I call your name, I rest within your grasp. I call, and you answered. I reached, and you reached further. You walk through my low places, you lift me from the mire. You plant a song of courage where there used to be a fire. You are nearer than a secret that I never dare explain. And when my voice is lowest, still I call your name. Confessional, more specific. There's a letter in my pocket with a word not yet scrawled. There are hopes I put on hold. There are dreams that never called. But when the night seemed endless and my footsteps lost their way, I breathed the sound of heaven, and you turned night to day. You answered not with thunder, but with steady, patient grace. You traced the outline of my fear and stilled its frantic pace. When life seemed like a far-off shore I feared I'd never claim, you reached across the distance when I call your name. And every tear becomes a river to the place you plant. You gather all my broken songs and make a hopeful stand. When I call your name, you come running. When I call your name, you bend the night to morning. When I call your name, the dark becomes a dawn. When I call your name, my heart remembers home. When I call your name, you come. When I call your name, when I call your name, you come. 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 When I call